Yeah, hi, my name is Ken Clark. I'm a Subway franchisee in upstate New York. We're in a small rural area, but my wife and I, we own majority of the Subways in our county, and we've been in this for about 20 years. And you know, we had some great growth along with Subway, riding the trend that Subway had ridden through, you know, eating fresh and $5 footlongs. So, but anyways, there was things that we wanted to improve operationally, and of course we wanted to continue to build sales, and we had heard about PALS through some trade publications, and someone also mentioned it at a Subway conference. So we decided to come to PALS and learn what we could learn. And when we got here, we found out that we had a long way to go in the road to excellence. And so the group that we first brought came down, and we decided we'd do something easy, like implement a uniform policy, a strict standardization for uniform policies. And we found out that some of these things were hard tasks, and they don't just happen overnight. And you know, actually sometimes I would go through some discouragement, and through our phone conferences with David McClaskey or David Jones, I would get re-encouraged, and through books, and then repeat visits to PALS. This is my third time coming to PALS, and between my wife and myself, we brought teams down here 5 times now. And so it's the same course, but it's not the same course, because here, this is my third time, and I have a couple of pages of notes. I'm ready to go again. I see I have so much to work on. But you know, I think the good thing about coming here is that we are able to measure our results from coming here. We're able to measure our results, and you know, if the baseline is Subways in general in our territory, that's what I'm going by. And you know, we have you know, about 6 or 7% higher sales growth than the average Subway unit volume. Our Subways sell quite a bit more than the average Subway in our territory. Our turnover rate is under 100%, which is significantly less than the average Subway. I think our turnover rate, well, I know it was 96% last year. 96%, and the ADP payroll representative has told me that, you know, I forgot how many thousands of Subways they process payroll for, but the average turnover rate is about 190% within Subway nationally. Since early May, we've had only 2 employee issues that we've had to deal with. And so that's really made our home time significantly better. So, you know, that wasn't really maybe a written objective of coming to the class. Of course, we want to have operations get better and have an easier operation, but this is one of the consequences of coming to PALS BEI. Not just making more money, having lower costs, lower turnovers and stuff like that, but also having a job that when you leave the job, things are going the way that you have planned for them to go, and you have your time off. And so I find work to be much more refreshing. It's much more enjoyable, and so you know, I'm going to continue to pursue excellence and continue to come back to PALS. All right, so as a result of coming to PALS, the things that we've implemented seem kind of maybe elementary, but they really weren't for us. We have implemented a standardized uniform policy that's enforced. So Subway has a uniform policy. It's in the employee handbook, but we've taken it up a notch, and we required, you know, pressed uniforms and things of that nature. We required full-length aprons, but the main thing is actually just implementing that and making that a standard that's the only standard. There is no exception to the standard. So we've done that. We've implemented an orientation process, which takes about 3 hours, depending on who does it. It may take 2.5 to 3 hours. A 40-point checklist for terms and conditions of employment, and that's another thing we've done that we've implemented with our orientation process. We have made a strict policy for being on time. Being on time means to be five minutes early, and you have to be ready to go to work as early as 5 minutes before your shift, but punching in 1 minute late is late. And punching in on time but not being ready for work is late as well. So we've implemented that. And so the changes aren't like significant as far as the number of them, because it takes time to get the number of changes that you're making made right. But once you do and you stick with it, the change is much bigger than the number of changes that you're making. And so we're continuing to implement them. We have a positional chart which we're working on. We have a bread standard. It's a 36-hour bread class where the only option is to get a 100% on this, and we work with managers and give them plenty of time, managers and employees, plenty of time to be able to get this 100% right, and then we come back and recalibrate, reteach them about 3 times a year. And so we have the bread policy, the orientation, a mission statement, which we have now, which our mission is to delight each guest so their experience is perfect because of me, and the me is all the employees that work for us. They all have a place in fulfilling that mission with our customers. And so we can take everything that we're teaching them or that we're going to teach them or the process that we're going to implement and take it right back to that mission so they understand the importance that they have within our process.